ways on a very wet Wednesday evening here in Tooting, and a 3-2 victory, but made far harder than it should have been, really.
Yeah, well, let's start with that. I mean, you know, Ollie knows. You know, I think we were cruising. Let's be honest about it. I thought we were absolutely cruising today, and you know, I could only see us probably going on to do even more. You know, the boys have had to show with the sending off, and you know, having to, I don't know what it was, about 25 minutes was it, something like that, to have to peg in there, and you know, we give a goal away fairly quickly, and then we give a bit of a spawny one, a guy that comes off Echo's back, and then all of a sudden, you know, your back's against the wall. It would have been a travesty, absolute travesty, if we hadn't won that game, because I thought we controlled it, you know, for 75% of it, and then obviously we've had to do a bit more of a backs against the wall type last quarter of the game, which is something. It's something for me to take from it, because boys have dug in and worked very, very hard. You know, we had just made a couple of substitutions, particularly with Sam Youngs, to sort of think, okay, you know, I know he's suspended Saturday, but you know, it actually helps us just preserve a few people, a lot of football, and then obviously, you know, you look around and you think you wanted Sam on the pitch, if anything now. But there you are. These things happen in football, and I can take real positives from the first 3 quarters of it, because we played some really good stuff, created chances, looked a threat, and I can take positives from the last quarter, because it's been a different sort of performance where we've had to dig in and work very, very hard to get the victory. But as I say, it would have been an absolute travesty if we hadn't.
And the first kind of 75 minutes, a lot of the positives came through Josh Keir. First goal for Town this evening, and heavily involved in the third one. What did you make of his performance tonight?
Listen, Josh is a young lad that we brought through at the Met, right from sort of youth football and coming through, and he sort of only really established himself as a first team player last season. So he had a season at it last season. Some of that was injured. I'm not surprised. You know, he's done what I know Josh can do tonight. He's still picking up, still actually getting his fitness into play, because he's had a little bit of a checkered start to the season. But Josh is a very talented footballer, someone that can do that, and yeah, I was really pleased with him tonight. You know, he had to work hard at the end, changing position as well. So yeah, long may it continue.
All things considered, obviously Saturday, and also a slight tweak in system, and obviously very torrential conditions certainly to start the game off. You must be very pleased overall.
Yeah, I think two things really for the tweak in the system. You know, when you go to that system, you have to pass the ball, because you're effectively only playing one up top, and you've got players on inside lines where they should be able to exploit when teams are actually wider than you, and you have to pass the ball. So footballers is crucial to having that. Ball carriers is crucial to having that, and you know, from our point of view, it just gave us a little bit more stability in front of the back four, having, unlike us, gone and conceded large amounts of goals that we wouldn't want to see, that we weren't doing earlier in the season in the 2 cup games. So it just gave us that stability, but obviously it takes away the fact that you can go probably quicker into the front 2. You can do that, secure and join in and pick up the second balls. Today we had to be a little bit more cultured, and we showed that we could actually do that in respect of playing and passing the ball. I thought Louis was outstanding. You know, came in, did what Louis does, very simple, broke it up, worked hard. So really pleased for him, and I've told him that in the dressing room.
So a combative game at the end as well. I suppose we kind of coped well with the fact that, as you say, it was 2 goals in quick succession, and certainly sort of accusations of crumbling second half at Cray Valley, which weren't perhaps present in the last 15, as we did manage to hang on in the end.
I think that's harsh if anyone's saying that. You know, when you go down to 10 and you've got an experienced manager in the other dugout, and he makes the pitch big and makes you have to work, and I think, you know, they get one quite quickly, which was a disappointing goal from our point of view, you know, but then they get what you would class as a bit of a fluke, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. So anyone, I think, that's saying, you know, we're crumbling, we're certainly not. I think from that point of view, that's a bit harsh on the boys, and I think, you know, they've seen it out and prove that they can dig in and do those sorts of things. I've turned the page after Saturday. You have to, because we had a game tonight. You've got to move on, and the boys have had to move on with me in respect of that. Of course, we're all gutted. Of course, we are absolutely gutted that we couldn't bring that home for the fans. It's the worst by far that we've played this season, taking nothing away from them. But we've shown character because we've moved on very quickly, turned the page and got on with it. And you know, the FA Cup does funny things, and you know, saw Billericay last night and teams like that. It's, you know, it's a competition that you've got to be meeting standards on, and we didn't quite get there Saturday. So tonight goes some way for me to just repairing that. Obviously got a massively difficult game on Saturday. Not a great hunting ground, I don't think, for Enfield.
No, certainly not in
So
recent times.
we've got to look at what we're doing there. But we'll go, and you know, we'll plan and prepare as much as we can, and try and get some points at a very good Lewis.
Indeed, you've read my mind for the final question, really, which is 3 points out of sort of 9 possible ones this week. It's a good start, but it's only a start.
Yeah, the next two are difficult. I mean, it's not difficult. Any team in this league is difficult. This league this season is beyond what it has been, I think, for many years. But the next two are teams that, no disrespect to Kingstonian, but they're teams that you would expect to be in around it come the end of the season. You know, Billericay will have big aspirations about winning this season, I would imagine. And we're going to have our work cut out. You know, it's a chance for us to pit our wits against the so-called bigger boys in the league. I said from minute one that I quite relish that. I do relish it. I might be eating my words, hopefully not, but you know, we do relish it because these lads are learning, and you know, we're still in that phase 1. Might be going into phase 2 of the season where we look at where we are, what we've got, and maybe we need to tweak it and bring some in. Maybe, and we're working hard to do that.
Cheers, Gavin. See you Saturday.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cue.
wow.